It's a pleasure to let you know that we have the royal couple right here with us here on the AM show to review what you just watched with them also, and of course to go a bit pokey. Hi, Ohineyire, Doti Auntie, or Awodanswa. Yeah. I love Awodanswa. I don't know why you didn't go with Awodanswa.
I love Awodanswa as well.
Yeah. Welcome to the AM show.
Thank you.
Nana Toronto.
Yes.
Chief of Edumasa. How is the Edumasa? How are the Edumasa people doing?
Very well, very well. I'm going today to do a bonfire.
Yes, we'll talk about that.
Yeah, so
yes,
they're doing fine.
Yeah,
they're doing fine.
I mean, this is you modernize culture in a very beautiful way. I love your outfit, Ohineyire. Yours, no comments. I'll strip you right after this show. Right. Well, now I want to just go a bit into your skin. You were here last week from Monday to Friday. We denied you your sleep. You know, the early morning get up and go kind of the traditional, literally.
Why are you laughing?
Sorry, contempt. Sorry.
Why are you laughing?
We denied you that. Nana, were you very much affected by that?
No, I'm okay. I'm an early riser, so yeah, I was fine.
Okay.
I was fine.
So what time do you do the early morning riser now? Okay. That's behind the scenes conversation. All right, let's get go. So for the week, how was it like, being on the AM show, interacting with the people, going through all the issues? How was the experience?
Well, I think it was interesting. I must say it was interesting, because I mean, the first time, working with your wife.
Yeah.
It was interesting. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed every bit of it. Apart from the waking up aspect, everything else was fine.
Gosh, it's not easy to wake up and
It's hard work waking up.
It's hard work.
My alarm goes at 4, hers goes at 4:30.
It doesn't necessarily mean when the alarm goes, she's awake. She needs to warm up to wake up.
Are you still in bed? Are you going to go and wash before we go? So then I said, okay, do you tell me what you're going to say? I'll go and tell them that, this is what she would have said if she had come to work. But we enjoyed it. It was fun.
Okay. Ohineyire, how was it for you?
Oh, it was fun. I really enjoyed working with him. I mean, we never planned anything. As usual, you wake me up because when I stopped doing the morning show, GTV, I told myself, never again. I'm just going to give myself time. Of course, sometimes when I have meetings, I have to wake up very early to go. But I just take my time, wake up at 4:30, go shower, and then he wakes up 3:30, 4, and he will make so much noise that you can't sleep. You have to wake up.
Yeah.
So when we are coming, I'm quiet in the car because I'm still dozing or I'm doing my makeup. So we never planned. So everything was simultaneous, impulsive, and it was fun. It was fun. It was natural.
Yeah.
I got to know him a bit more.
Okay.
And I think he also got to know me a bit more working together.
Okay. Was there a particular time? Was there ever a time that you felt like you watching her talk and you go, "Oh, that is my wife talking. I feel like just giving her a peck," but you pinched yourself to remember you were on air?
No, you see, the interviews you gave her were very difficult. Honestly,
I see.
And I would have ruined it. I'm telling you. I mean, like interviewing One Love Kobolo, that was the hardest interview. But somehow she was able to bring, One Love out. And then if you listen to the comments coming in, everybody was like, "Whoa, I didn't realize this guy was brilliant." Because he's so difficult that you may give up on him. Because you need to ask the question 3 times before he gives you his real answer. The first one is just absolute nowhere. Second one, somewhere in the middle. And then the third one, he tells you his reason.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, I would have probably given up after the second attempt. So yeah, I was impressed. I thought, well, I knew you were intelligent. That's why.
So what did she get afterwards?
Well, lots of praises and love.
From you?
Yeah, lots of praises and love.
Can you share just a line here with us? What kind of praise? Just a caption?
Oh no, I told her that, Han, you were brilliant. You were very brilliant, and that, I couldn't have done that.
Okay.
So yeah, I gave her.
How did that make you feel?
I don't know. I had mixed feelings. I had mixed feelings. I was quite, because it's not easy for a lot of men to admit that maybe their wives or the woman in their life maybe did something better than they could have done.
Yes.
It's not easy, but that's one thing very attractive about Nana. He's comfortable in his own zone. He knows what he's good at, what he's capable of doing, and he owns it.
Okay.
And he will just praise you and encourage you to do what you can do best. And he doesn't mind if you do it better than him or he does it better than you. we all have our own niche. So, you know, the praises when it comes like that, it's always nice.
Yeah. Okay. Now let's talk about paradise, and I'm talking about marriage life. It's been how many months already? About 3 months now. Yeah.
Barely 3 months.
Did I?
Are you backdating also? Okay, so we saw the beautiful ceremony. Would you want to share with us what really went into that preparation? You know, the look forward to. I would want to do Ohiniyere more on this because usually weddings, marriage ceremonies are moments for women.
Gladys, that's the difference.
Yes.
This one, to tell you the truth, I played very minimal role. Nana took charge of everything. I mean,
wow.
Including the caterer.
I see.
Drinks. I mean, I didn't know. I just going through the motion.
Yeah.
He just kept saying, "Han, don't worry. I'm going to give you a beautiful day. I'm going to give you a beautiful day." I asked him, "So what is going on? What have you got?" "Oh, I've done it." "Oh, I want to speak." "I've done it."
Yeah.
You know, all I did was to deal with Jandel. I mean, and they did an amazing job. Auntie Afi and her team, they did. You know,
I agree.
all I did was, and even that, I went for a few meetings with him.
Yes.
And then the rest, I'll tell him, "Oh, what you call Jandel? Have you spoken to Auntie Afi?" You know, that's all I did. The rest, the venue, we went to look at it once. The rest, he took over. And I was surprised because I had heard it over and over again. Oh, where did the woman who do everything
running around, you know.
And to tell the kid, I didn't even know Fiona. I didn't know her.
Yeah.
I met her only once when everything had been done. You know, he took charge, and the traditional protocols and organization. Nana did everything. Everything.
Okay. So we can talk
even
about
where I slept the night before.
He took charge of that too.
Everything. Everything.
A lot of stories from Nana. But let's talk about the emotional bit. It's a dream of every woman, especially when you're planning your marriage. You go through a lot of emotions, excitement, anxiety, anticipation, all mixed up with love and all. I saw you shed a bit of tears. It was silly on me to ask, but of course I still want to ask. What kind of tears were those? What were you thinking? What was running through your mind?
I had been independent for a very long time, and I really enjoyed my single and independent life. I really enjoyed it. So at the point I was going through, do I really want to do it? I never really set out to get married.
Okay.
I mean, he would tell you that even a month or I think 3 weeks to the time, even I think on the day, he wasn't too sure whether I would get married or not. Today, I'll do it. Tomorrow, I won't do it.
Yes.
Then I never really, am I doing the for do I want to get married? So what will change and all that? But I also knew that I love him. I mean, he's not the type who is domineering, tell you stop, they don't do that. You know, you live your life. All he wants is that he wants his wife by him all the time.
I like that wink.
That's the thing, you know. That's what he wants. And I saw that it wasn't good enough. I mean, he's a chief, he's a respectable person, and you know, he's managed to be a chief for 5 years without a wife. I wasn't being fair to him. I wasn't prepared to break up with him for no reason, just because I don't want to get married. And I knew that he came from a very wonderful family. His family, his mother is my partner in crime.
I see.
We are always very close. His mother and I, his siblings, everybody in the family, I'm very close to.
Okay.
So what was really my reason for not getting married? So I was going through the emotions, and that moment I was crying because I wish my father were alive to see this.
Oh.
It was beautiful. My father was a man who loved culture.
Okay.
And I know he would have loved Nana to bed.
I remember those stories where he takes you to dance Adowa and he keeps the money.
And he keeps the money. He never finished paying you.
He never finished.
I'm telling you why the money he paid.
You see,
but every time, you know, he never finished
Yes.
paying. And then to see Nana, I mean, knowing everything he knows about me, hearing all the things that he had heard about me, and we went through some really difficult time before we married. But then this was a man who was determined to prove to the world that this is a woman I love. I don't care what anybody says about her. I don't care about what anybody feels of. This is my woman. This is a woman I want to honor and make her mine. It was very overwhelming, very, very humbling. And I thought that, you know, I really made the right decision.
It's okay, you've said a lot, but what was that one thing that made you finally say, I love this man, I'll marry him, I'll spend the rest of my life with him?
His determination and passion to stand by me through thick and thin.
Okay. That's
you know,
wonderful.
I said we went through some really hard times. But then he just said, I don't care what anybody says. Yes, I'm angry with you. You did that, we did that. You also did this, you also do that. But hey, I want us to forge ahead. I don't care whether it blows, whatever it happens. I don't care. I want you, and make up your mind. Let's move ahead. And his sense of humor.
Yeah.
He makes me laugh all the time, even when I'm upset with him. You know, when
Nana
I'm
knows
upset
what to
with
do
him.
with you. Okay, so
You know, he makes you so. I mean, I'm so upset. He knows I'm upset. You know, I'm a rebel.
yeah,
You know.
yeah.
So
yeah.
sometimes I want things done my
he
way.
dims the rebel
And-
action in you.
And it's not.
And you
And then
just can't accept it.
He sends a message, Han. I'm very happy with you. You know. So when you are ready, come and let's be happy together. Okay.
That's annoying. No, so Nana, let's come to you. You took charge of everything. What made you feel that this is the woman? I mean, hey, irrespective of all, because I mean, people had said a lot of things. Those who didn't even know her from Adam was also sit somewhere and tell the story as if they've been witnesses to it, the situation they are talking about. And you were not naive. I mean, you knew about all these. But you still went ahead to go through all you went through, because I know a lot went into the preparation of the marriage.
Well, I mean, Gladys, I said that those without the past are going to be born tomorrow. Because even those
like
who were
that.
born this morning
Yeah.
have a past.
Yeah.
That their mothers would tell that, oh, you refused to suck the breast, or you were eating too much. Everybody has a past.
Yeah.
I have a past. And, you're not going in to marry somebody's past. It's there.
Yeah.
But to be honest with you, I just loved her. I didn't have, this reason or that reason or this reason or that reason. I just loved her. And she's very intelligent.
Now I am interested in something.
That is a turn on.
Yes, that is no doubt. There's no doubt about her intelligence, but I'm interested in this. How did you call her? How was it like?
Well, it started with a text message.
Okay. No, how did you get the number?
Actually, no. Hold on. I was working with the radio station.
Okay.
So she came in for sponsorship. And then, we giving, you give airtime, on such and such a date, let's meet up at Airwork standpoint at 4, and we'll be there, we'll be racing. So we just gave it a lot of promo.
The first one you didn't come.
No, I came, I didn't walk.
Which one? The first
point at
celebration, standpoint at 4.
No.
Okay.
That's the standpoint at 4.
Standpoint
Okay.
at 4. I came to the event, but I couldn't walk because I had to go and do something. But the t-shirt they gave me didn't fit.
Was it for free or you bought?
I was so free, but I still didn't fit. So we became friends from then. And then I used to, ask for resource persons from her to do my radio show.
Okay.
So I said, I'm talking about this. Do you know somebody? And you give me someone. Because, she knows more people than I do.
Yeah.
So she was like an extended producer for my show.
Producer Papa.
Producer Papa. So I used to play music for her every morning.
Which song is that? Give us a clue so we know when you started playing the songs for her.
Menya Onkwa.
Menya Onkwa, Memfree wo eradie,
Okay.
Menya Onkwa.
Like Lumba.
It's
Right,
Lumba. It's like
okay.
a Lumba's worship. I used to
Okay.
play for her every morning. Anyway, so I
It
think
was his sick tune and I owned it.
Yeah.
so. I think there was about 3 weeks that we didn't talk, and I got a text message. Hi, my name is Gifty. Do you remember me? I thought, what do you mean? Do I remember you? So then the conversation from that morning, was back and forth, and then we met up for lunch, and then that was it. After lunch, we were sort of dating. Yeah.
What was
She
that
was-
one word you told her and her eyes glowed?
I don't know, but because she was a hard nut to crack.
Huh.
I mean,
Why did you prove difficult
even after
now?
lunch, it went on for weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, but knowing me, I thought I should have cracked the nut much earlier, but this one I couldn't. It just went on and on and on and on and on until eventually, it was like, okay, we are sort of we unofficially going out before we move to officially going out, before we move to, some people knowing about it, and then gradually he has to
Hey,
know,
I'm not
she
that
has
difficult.
to know.
Come on.
He's given it
it's a
sounds as if it
truth.
took like 10 years to be able to crack the nut.
It took about 3 months.
Okay,
No,
you didn't
3
work hard
months.
enough. That was cool.
No, 3 months was
See,
tough.
go into the skill of some people. Actually, they crack for how? Okay, don't let us go.
About 3 months.
Okay, so the marriage has been beautiful. It's become the talk of town. I mean, it's the talk of town not just in Ghana here, but people outside all hear Ghana's royal marriage, and they want to have a glimpse of it, especially on YouTube, to know how it all ensued. And the few who happened to witness the ceremony felt very privileged. And for me, I always say, for the first time, I attended a marriage ceremony where it was rather the guests who were saying, thank you for inviting us. That tells how beautiful
and there's so many people who are upset with us because we didn't invite them.
Exactly.
They should forgive us. It was the pressure.
Because
we forgot.
even family members, some of us family members, we actually
you had last minute
invitation.
But the protocol also was supposed to call people, and then I think they called half and stopped.
Yeah.
You know, they called half and stopped. So yeah.
Well, that's fine, but the beauty is that irrespective of whatever, we are all very happy you two are together. Now, people also say that you really have inspired a lot, and of course, this goes more for the woman, Ohineyere, than Nana, because the men, it doesn't matter when they get married. It's the women who always have the tag on. You get people saying that you have really become such an inspiration for me. You give me hope. How does that make you feel? Does it make you feel like starting a counseling session?
I was actually counseling before I got married. You know, I was counseling married people before I got married. But for me, it just tells me that God has a purpose for my life. Just yesterday, I'm sure you got, I sent the inspirational messages I sent every now and then. I think that God tests us every now and then, and when you pass one test, they move you to another level. I believe that I really fought the fight of singlehood very well. So God thought that, well, let me move you to another level to go and fight the fight there. Because for me, being single and doing what I was doing was all about letting people understand that it doesn't matter who you are, where you're coming from, whatever your marital status, God can still use you to touch life, to make an impact, to change people's destinies. To let people know that He is God. So for people to say that your marrying has inspired me, it has given me hope, I believe that I fulfilled that part of my purpose.
Okay.
Letting people understand that God's time is the best.
Sure.
He has His own time. My father used to say that God has 3 answers. No, yes, wait a while. And if we say we are Christians, if we say that we are people who believe in God, we should know that in His own time, He makes everything beautiful. You know, I was telling the other time, if I'd married some people some time ago, God
does something good to say.
He's happy because He's happy.
Yeah, it's good to know, and we're happy for you.
But I think I was destined to be on Henry's wife.
You see her.
My rip.
Yeah. Well, okay. So now let's delve a bit into issues. Let's talk about the fire and flood that hit all of us sometime in June. Now, Nana, that's my opinion. You are passionate about what we get wrong by our leaders and where the country should be that we are not. Do you think enough has been done to prevent any future such occurrence in terms of the flood and the fire bits that happened?
No, not at all. Because the floods, the waters we are getting in Accra is coming from the Ebri Hills, the Britoko Range. That's the waters coming. Now, all these waters will rush into the Odo River, but the Odo River is not big enough to hold all the water at a time. So once upon a time, Kwame Nkrumah was going to bring like a dam somewhere in the Agbogba area, so that when the water comes, the dam stops it and then seeps it gradually into the Odo River. Then it can handle it. We haven't built the dam. Now we're building all over the Ebri Hills, and all these big guys, as soon as they buy the house, they pave the whole house, no grass, because they are rich. And if the water does not seep into the grass, into the ground, it will slip down.
Sure.
So in the next 10 years, when the whole hill is completely covered with posh houses, all that water will come down. there will be no dam, and it will come back into the Odo River. So we haven't done anything.
I see. That is, yeah.
We haven't done anything. So that claim of gutter there, it's cosmetic. It is just Q-tex on the fingers. Oh, you haven't done anything at all. The main thing is to stop the water from the hill coming into Accra.
Which hasn't been taken care of.
No, it's too big, and we don't like big things. I mean, if you tackle that project now, you can't win votes with it.
Yes.
So no government will do it. I want, if you give me 4 years, I'm not going to go and build a dam. No, I'll come and do the gutter because that's when you see me doing it, and then you vote for me. But the real thing is to stop the water from coming into
Accra. But you see, this problem will be because we don't have that orientation that teaches us that the projects that we do not see but are happening, infrastructure, the bigger projects, also ought to be done. You hear people saying, oh, we were government, we didn't do nothing. And it's, you go in and you realize that projects were being taken up. Right. But because we were not directly benefiting from those projects, like as in we're feeling it in our pockets, right, we feel that nothing has been done. How can we get this orientation right?
Education. Education, and that's why the politicians will not encourage us to get educated. Be informed, because they like us the way we are.
Yeah, they take advantage of how we
especially
are.
When they're in position, you say, oh yes, there's nothing, you know. Yeah. Then when they come into government too, they tell you, they show you one or two things. Gladys, I practiced active journalism for 17 years before I left to be on my own. I'm still a journalist, will always be, but mainstream journalism. Since 1996, every rainy season that was flood in Accra, I was sent to go and cover it. And along the Odo River, there were houses that were marked for demolition, for this and that. Over the years, I've seen these same houses being turned into banks, insurance companies, block of offices and stores and all that. Nothing happens.
Yeah.
But then there's a house somewhere who, for whatever reason, somebody doesn't like the look of that person, they'll go and break it down. And it doesn't stop anything.
Yeah.
But the real structures on the waterway, along the waterway that need to be demolished, won't be touched.
Yeah.
It won't be touched. So we just do, how do you call it?
We're full of cosmetics.
Cosmetic kind of dressing.
Yeah.
As I say, polishing. I love when he said that. Yeah. You know, we don't tackle things from the root. And it's all when we get to understand. You know, somebody has to take the bull by the... I'm sure people who are now praising, some of the older folk who are praising Kwame Nkrumah now, didn't, you know, admire or understand what he was doing. But now we all know, we all see.
We look back
when we look back
see
again,
the dream.
Somebody needs to get up and say that, fine, the 4 years, fine, I'll say 4 years. But the 4 years, I will clean everything. I will sweep everything clean and start. So that even if, yes, I'll stay for just 4 years and just do that. But posterity will judge me and know that I did the right thing. But no government wants to come. In fact,
the confidence to look forward to posterity is the problem.
That's the thing.
So the difficulty is, I mean, if we are a party and you've elected me that you, Nana, go and lead, I go and start demolishing, cleaning people, sacking people from the street. Gladys says, hey, hold on, these are the people that will vote for me when you go.
Exactly.
So leave them so that they will vote for me too. You see,
let me secure my vote.
Yeah. So even within the party, you need to now protect your next lot, and that's where it comes to what you initially said. You need them ignorant to get votes.
Exactly.
To win,
so that's
to
what
win
I'm saying,
politics.
as the leader, you take they say, fine, I'm here for 4 years, whatever it is. I just for 4 years, this is what I want to do.
No, but the party won't allow you, because the party brought you into power. And they need to stay in power. When you've done your 8 years and go, we need to bring another candidate. That candidate depends on these dirty people and selling on the pavement to come to power. So if you sack them, who's going to come to power?
For instance, just a couple of months ago, there was this cleaning up along the road. And I remember from Pokwasi to the Ofankor stretch, the whole site, structures, buildings actually were pulled down, let alone the people all moved away. But just last night, I was passing there and I saw a whole market lined up by the street at the bus stop. So I asked myself, they are back here, and it's because somebody would say, okay, it's Christmas, but trust me, next year they will be there because it's elections year.
Yeah. And nobody would ask them to go.
Yes.
Because we don't have the political will.
Yeah. And even talking about this flooding in Far Bit, you know where the filling station was the Gulf station that caused the fire. Now we have even a lot more filling stations springing up within residents, vicinities. They share wall. I mean, both 3 sides of the wall. It has houses right behind them. Had contained children who would actually, do things that would, cause some danger, pose a threat one way or the other. And I don't know, we should address those.
I mean, 2015, I think what broke my heart the most, number one, was the low level of education, teenage pregnancy, government excesses, and the weakness of the citizenship. I mean, citizenship is so cheap. And that's not the word I want to use, but we are
it best
so
express what you want
cheap.
to say.
I mean, you can basically wake up any morning and say anything. Gladys, there's no limit to. There is absolutely no limit to what any government official can say to Ghanaians. Anything. Oh, 70% feel, it's better than last year. What are you talking about? I mean, can you imagine? That's better. I mean, I've used 3.6 million of your oil fund to put stickers on a bus. On a bus. I mean, it tells you how cheap we have become. So, I mean, going into next year, I mean, we need to up our game as Ghanaians. I think that's our last hope now, to up our game as Ghanaians, because we have, I don't know how low we can go. Honestly,
it really is alarming, actually.
I think we've hit the bottom. Honestly.
Because the educated elite had become, relaxed. They don't care much. They get their lives going. They don't want to get their hands dirty. And so they leave the masses to do that. I mean, I was listening to Kojo Ponkroma on Joy FM 2 days ago. And in his closing remarks, he made a profound statement by encouraging Ghanaians to get involved actively in politics. Said, listen, if you say I'm apolitical, I don't want to get involved, I don't want to do this. Well, whatever you do in this country, it's the politicians who make the decisions.
So
we've left the grassroots to the so-called uneducated, the downtrodden. The grassroots supporters, or the grassroots, how do you call them?
Foot soldiers.
Foot soldiers, that's the word.
Okay.
Is that time when the educated also get involved and become foot soldiers, so they can hold their people accountable? How many of us even the elite know their MPs, know their assembly members, know their unit committee members? When they will organize the people and get them and say that the assembly members are supposed, and MPs are supposed to have town meeting. It is in our constitution. It is part of their responsibilities. How many of them do it?
That's hard.
And who is going to hold them accountable?
And then it trickles down to corruption, and see what happened in the sports ministry, and of course to Ghana sports. And we are still where we are.
Nana had that's my opinion. I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, and was talking about being responsible as citizens. Even how we vote for people to go into parliament. Oh no, what fair?
No, what fair? Or your bema? Which is not nice so.
It comes to every funeral.
Way back no school or no school. It doesn't matter. Whether he understands, he can read, he can write.
He's capable.
Meanwhile, Parliament, they speak English on the floor of Parliament.
It doesn't matter. So long as I need money, he's able to give me. I mean, when Okobijima, he's able to, flash out money. It's
and
fine.
At the same time, we complain that he'll go and sit in Parliament and he doesn't talk. He talks and he makes mistake, and we are making fun of him.
See, but going back to the elite, you see what I think. First, I thought the elite was selfish. I was hit them until Occupy Ghana came, and I thought, that's good. A bunch of people who can feed themselves, speaking out for the system. But then you realize that the very people they are speaking for will call the radio station. You can tell this guy hasn't got a pot to piss in. Say, Nana Sakwa, what chief are you? How dare you ask them? I was asking the mayor, fires, market fire, one after the other. And every time they go, fire services, number one, bad wiring, no access, and no water. These 3 things. Every market, bad wiring, illegal connection. There was no water immediately for the fire, and they couldn't drive their thing through. So I asked the mayor, so what have you done that in the next market? Have you made sure there's a poly tank next by so they can use? Have you cleared it? Have you? He says, why are you asking me this question? Are you saying I bent the thing? May caller after caller insulted me. Why are you asking the mayor about market fires? And I'm thinking, you know what? I don't have anybody directly working in the market. So I'm actually fighting for somebody who works in the market. So I think that's what make good people set back.
But because that's why they're still selfish. When did insult kill anybody? Well, when did name calling destroy anybody?
It doesn't.
They need to sacrifice. We need to all stand up and say, especially, being a woman and being in the public space and speaking up. What names are there? But there's few women in the same way women are running away from politics, from being in leadership, from being in public space. All because people will call their names, people will insult them, people will dig their past. But we have to get people to sacrifice and say that whatever anybody says, nobody has a reason to, or right to hold me ransom to my past. I know what I'm doing is right. That is how gradually the others will also get up and support and understand. But then if everybody runs away, I don't want to be insulted, I don't want to be called, then we'll keep being where we are.
See, the thing is, listen,
nobody will.
Somebody is a lawyer. He has his house. His children go to school in Lincoln. His wife, is a lawyer who travels up and down. They are only here in Ghana by body, but spiritually they're not here. They have a 4-wheel drive. They don't fall in pothole. They have a borehole. They have a generator. They have air conditioning. And so if he leaves all these luxuries to come and fight for you sitting in the market, and then you turn up and insult him, he just goes back and lives in his pretend Ghana.
Exactly.
As I call it, pretend Ghana. They are not here.
It's sad. It's sad how our orientation is, but like you say, education is key. And if our leaders will be honest with us, then they should also spearhead the education, the orientation for citizens to be aware of their environment and also help with governance. Let's take a few.
Not only leaders. I still insist all of us
have
a stake.
No.
Every single one of us
41 of the Constitution.
As citizens.
But
we've reached the era of citizens taking up the destiny of Ghana into our own hands.
But you see, that is where you hear somebody saying that, correct. I don't see the point in living a correct life when the leader I'm paying the tax to will actually squander the money. So it's a two-way thing. It's a two-way thing. We all need to do it. But let's quickly take a few of your messages before we end the conversation. It's getting more exciting. I wish that we had 3 hours more to go with this conversation. Gifty, I remember your interview with Ni Ade Clark on PM Express, and you were asked whether you are waiting for marriage, and you answered, no, I'm living my life and I'm not waiting. When marriage comes my way, fine, but it doesn't mean it's a problem. But I knew someone was loving you. And Roy, okay, so that's coming from Benzisma in Birikum. Okay, so at the time, that's about 2 or 3 years ago on PM Express.
Interesting, no, it was Nana.
It was rather Nana.
It was rather Nana. It was Nana who interviewed me.
At that time, were you guys dating?
Yeah, we were.
Okay, so why did you ask that question? It was tricky.
Being professional. That's being professional.
I see. Okay, so wow, what a beautiful couple. You guys are looking extraordinary good. Keep the love going. I want my marriage to be like yours, and that's coming from Victor. And you also add, please ask Nana and Gifty if any of them already has a child. A friend told me Nana Yeri has 2 children. Is it true? And that's coming from Victor.
No, I don't have kids, but Nana has 3 kids.
Okay. And are you living with them?
No.
Okay. So the royal wedding was fantastic and we are all proud of them. I wish them well. I am also from a royal family and I want to ask Ohineyere if she has a younger sister to marry me just like they did from Ayogogu Steven in Chiana Paga. Ohineyere, is there a younger sister?
I don't have a younger sister.
The younger sister would have been me, but unfortunately you are late. You are asking too late.
I have a lot of daughters,
Okay.
Bring your CV because I'm doing that thing. I'm very waiting.
All right, so this was this coming from Willie from Kumasi. Can somebody give us a reason why most parts in Kumasi, if not all, has been in darkness since last night? Please check your wiring or transformer, or there's a problem somewhere, because it definitely is not doomed. So according to Dr. Kwabena.com,
yeah,
it's over.
Transformer got bent.
Yes, the transformer got bent. The IC, check the IC in your meter also. Okay, Gifty got swag. Why did you people refuse to show the libation side? Was it not part of the traditional marriage, wishing the royal couple a set of twins in 2016?
No, we showed it. It just was edited out.
Yes. No, the point is that we had to just compact this into 15 minutes. And you know it's long. How many days of marriage ceremony pieced into 15 minutes? So it's not intentional.
It hasn't finished.
No, the final one is yet to come in. Can I reveal that? 25th of March. You're all invited, so long as you know the venue.
It's Edumasa.
Oh, so everybody is invited. Can you host everybody?
Yeah, we will do our best.
If it's the okra type. Okay, I wish this has just started, but time tickles so fast away. Yeah. You just can't help but say thank you for.
But can I say just one thing?
You can say 5
quickly. Just one thing, yeah. Please, I beg you, yeah. Tomorrow is the 1st of January. January is my month of birth. My birthday is 23rd January. 23rd I want January. To appeal to everybody who is my friend, who is a fan of both of us, of Gladys as well. I'm launching the Award Dansua reading project for the children of Edumasa and surrounding villages. There are about 10 villages along there. There's no library. They don't have any reading books. I just want my friends to give me one reading book each, either new or old, so long as it's in good shape. Please give me just one reading book for children ages 3 to 14. I beg you, so that my kids along that can read. We'll organize a monthly reading project for them. So please, if I can get a book from you, I would appreciate it. Reading book, that's all.
Where are we bringing the book? And when is the launch?
I'm launching on social media tomorrow,
okay.
1st January.
1st January.
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, WhatsApp. I'm launching it on social media.
Okay.
Reading books, that's all. You can call me on 020-886-1919. 020-886-1919, or look for me on Facebook on Hineyure Nana Dansua, and let's have a chat. Thank you.
Obviously, and if you are a January born, you know you are blessed because you begin the year for others to follow. So my birthday comes before yours, though, yes. 18th. So 18th. We'll celebrate 18th. We'll make sure we have a lot of storybooks for the children in Edumasa, and then on the 23rd, of course, we would give more books because it is Oheneyiri's birthday, and it will be the first royal birthday celebration. Guess what? You would want to be witness to that. But there was an explosion at the ECG main substation in Kumasi last night, and that is why there is no power in some parts of Kumasi. So if you are listening, that's an answer to your frustration. There has been an explosion in one of the ECG main stations, and that's how come you have no power. So you see, I told you, it's not coming from Dr. Donko's domain. It's not his fault. It's ECGs. They told Nana Yajanto actually said this on Peace FM that no more doomsaw, no more load shedding. It's either your transformer, your meter, your wiring, your IC, or anything related apart from doomsaw. So that has been it. Thank you so much for watching. The royal couple are so grateful for your attention this morning. Of course, on 25th of March, look forward to that presentation ceremony. And one of our own is going to be made a swag chief in Edumasa. You've got to be there to be witness. But of course, keep the storybooks coming through to support the children in Edumasa and its surrounding environs. And that is a campaign being launched on Facebook, especially by Oheneyire Nana Dansua. Oheneyire Nana Dansua on Facebook. So go find her on Facebook and be part of this beautiful cause. Thank you.
See why I'm right here.